Hey guys, welcome to this video. If you found this video, you're probably trying to find out what the difference is between the many models of Maytronics pool cleaners or Maytronics Dolphins that are out there on the market in the US. There are many models, and there's not a great place that describes the differences between all of them. So I put a chart together in a little slideshow to break down each model that's available out there in the US. I am a service tech. I work on these units for a living, and I wanted to help as many people as I could find the right model that suits their needs. This video is a new venture for me. I started this YouTube channel. I want to put a lot of tips and trick videos out there. What I ask of you is, if this video helps you at all, feel free to subscribe and like the video. That's a huge help to me. This is going to be the first video that's posted on the channel. So let's get started. Before we break down any model in particular, there's one big factor that you want to think of when buying a pool cleaner like this, which is, who do you want to buy from? So let's start off with online retailers who sell online models. So online models are purely sold by online companies like Amazon, or companies who also drop ship. So basically people who might not really be a business, they might just order it from the manufacturer and ship it directly to you. So that's always something to watch out for, because if you're ordering something and you go to need help with the order or something like that, they might not know what the heck you're talking about. Online models don't come with extra accessories. Usually in-store models do, so extra filters and caddies and stuff like that will automatically be included. A lot of online models and stores will try to upsell you on the caddy and filters, usually making you try to charge you extra, which you could always just go to like a pool store business and they would have it automatically included in the box. One thing to consider when you're looking at online models from an online retailer who doesn't have a physical location is if they do warranty work on the units. If you need any warranty work done, online dealers most likely won't be able to help you. They will unfortunately hand you off to the manufacturer for any work or issues, which is not the best situation that you can get in. So basically Maytronics, the people who make the Dolphin, or any other robotic pool cleaner company out there, they will fix it for you. That's not a problem. They will get it shipped to them to get it fixed. The only thing you'll ever have to pay for when you do that is return shipping, which could be costly because of the size of the boxes that these things come in. But really the main thing you want to watch out for are the wait times. So peak season, Maytronics usually has a 1 to 2 month wait to get anything fixed. Because of all these online retailers, everyone sends them to Maytronics. There's not a lot of service centers out there anymore that actually do the work. And even if there is one near you, if you don't buy it from them, they're probably going to have to charge you labor, which makes sense. But if you do buy from them, most likely it will be covered. So that is something to watch out for. Another thing is Amazon or any other online dealer who isn't a store that specializes in pool equipment might not know the differences and stuff like that, which hopefully this video helps you with anyway. Brick and mortar exclusive models, which of course this video will break down which models are online and brick and store models. So we will get into that. But usually local pool stores that aren't huge companies like Leslie's or Doheny, usually they have their own model, which is Leslie's and Doheny. Other small stores are going to have the brick and mortar models and stuff like that. The brick and mortar models usually come with extra filters and the caddy included in box, depending on where you are on the price range. So usually once you hit a certain price, it automatically includes the caddy. We'll get into that as well. And then this is just explaining what I just mentioned before about the wait times with the several month wait if you want to send it to Maytronics. I know of a store who has a physical location. They've been in business for over 50 years. They're a brick and mortar store. They have those exclusive models, and they are also a service center, and they pay for the shipping to and from if you have any warranty issues when you buy from them. That's pelicanshops1.com. If you look on Google, you're looking for some models, they have almost every model available. So that's somewhere to start when you're looking into it, and their customer service is really unmatched. So I would check them out when you're looking at the models that you want to go with. So let's break it down even further, and we'll start with if you want to go with a basket design or cartridge design. So cartridges design is basically, this is a very simple situation. The cartridges, they are a little bit more of a pain to clean out every time. If you're not bothered by that, then of course, not a big deal. The basket design is nice and convenient, which is on the right. Open up the top, the handle pops right out. You dump it out in the trash or the woods, you put it right back in. You give it a quick hose off and you're done. Nothing that you have to actually take apart. So let's start with the first model, which is the coveted Nautilus CC Plus, which is an online model. And let's just start off by saying these are my opinions. I'm not putting anything down. If you have these models, good. They're all good models. But I'm trying to help people find the best value for their money and also point out where some models are lacking in features and stuff like that. So let's get started with the CC Plus, which is your baseline online in-ground pool cleaner. It's available on Amazon for usually $8.99. The MSRP is $8.99. It's a very good price. That's basically the only positive thing about this unit. It does the job, but it won't do the water line. So it'll only do the floor and the walls. So warranty is 24 months, motor 2, cycle time 2 hours. Caddy isn't included. Wi-Fi it does not have, and it is the cartridge system. But really, let's go back to the whole waterline issue. I always tell people, why spend the money on a unit that's not going to do the whole pool? So that's one thing to consider when looking at this model. The price might be attractive, but you also have to look into really the benefits and the cons and stuff like that. So it's not going to cover the whole pool. It only comes with fine filters. So there's a difference between ultra fine and fine filters. Fine filters are more for spring cleaning, bigger debris, huge dirt piles and stuff like that. Ultra fine filters are for when your pool is clean. It's going to get the stuff that you can't really see with the naked eye. If you ever notice your pool is ever slippery sometimes, usually that's microscopic algae that builds up. Those ultra fine filters are going to get that for you. The spring or fine filters might not. So really, that is the Nautilus CC Plus. It's a starting point. It is a good price, but really the biggest thing about it is that it doesn't cover the waterline. Really, that is because the way it's designed, the motor is lopsided on one side. So as it climbs the wall, it kind of goes on an angle, and it doesn't have the buoyancy to keep going up the wall. If you notice, I don't know if you can see the cursor, but there's like a little wheel here. They actually added this wheel because a lot of times it'll fall on the side, and that wheel helps it roll off the side and get back to doing its job. So let's get to the next spot on this list, which is going to be the Explore E30 Advantage Ultra Triton PS and the Proteus DX4. These are also online models. The price goes up $100, but it's going to do the floor, wall, and waterline, which is good. When it gets to other things like motors and stuff, same motors. It's got the two motors, one drive and one pump. Drive motor means that it's what moves the unit. The pump motor is what creates the suction power for the vacuum. The drive motors, if it's two motors total, the way it turns is differently. So as you can see on these units, from left to right, it's one brush. So in reality, it's only ever moving forward backwards. The way it turns is it blows out water out these side vents, basically pushing it left to right. Basically, it's kind of like a car without power steering. It can't turn on a dime. It kind of has to be moving forward in order to turn. It'll still do the whole pool, don't get me wrong. It doesn't have as much of a suction power as units later on this list, which I'll point out. But let's get back into this. It is an online model. Online models are only ever going to come with the filter screens. There are some exceptions to this rule, which we'll get into. But this model is what it looks like. It has the basket design, and it comes with the fine filters. So the pros are the price, the basket design. Cons, only fine filters, no caddy in the box, no Wi-Fi, and long warranty wait times if your seller isn't a Dolphin repair center. Now we get to the first brick and mortar exclusive models, which are the S200, Active 20, and T35, which are going to have the same specs as the units before. For usually they are priced a tad bit higher, usually $50, but they are going to include the ultra fine filter, which usually online those filters go for $100. So they will include two sets, the spring or the fine filter or the ultra fine filter. It'll do the waterline, 2 motors, cycle time of 2 hours, ultra fine and fine filters for the third time. Price is also good. It's only a $50 difference. Usually you're always going to have better dealer knowledge and free warranty labor and troubleshooting with these guys. So for that $50 price difference, usually it's worth it. It depends on what you value the customer service at. Usually I know Pelican will basically, if it has a warranty issue, they'll ship it to them, get it fixed through them, and then if it's a part that is out of stock by Maytronics, they'll put the part in from their own stock and ship it back to you, and they'll wait for the warranty part to come in if it's something that they don't have, which is nice. Cons to this unit, no caddy, no Wi-Fi, which we'll start to get into within the next couple models that pop up here. So the next model is very popular online. If you're looking for Dolphin pool cleaners, you probably saw this one first or second. Either the CC Plus, which was earlier, or this one usually comes up the most, which is the Premier. The big thing with the Premier is it is an MSRP of $11.99. Now, be careful because this model is often overpriced above MSRP online. So I know Amazon usually sells it year-round around $13.99 or around there. It's got a 36-month warranty, which is nice, but it still only has 2 motors, no caddy, and the design is a lot older, so it's a bottom loader. So all the other units in this video are top loaders. You don't have to flip it over and take the whole bottom out to empty it. So that is probably the biggest con about this model. It is... I honestly don't have much to say good about this model. In all honesty, the fact that it's a bottom loader is not the best, and it bugs me that a lot of people are charging a lot more than MSRP because it's so popular. But the bottom load design, no Wi-Fi, no caddy in box, especially for the price it is online. It should include the caddy. It is a bag filter and a cartridge filter, so you get both in the box. The bag is outdated, but really this is proof here that it is really overpriced online. $14.47 on Amazon, and it doesn't come with the caddy. So just beware of that when you're looking at this model. They like to get you on Amazon, so just be careful. All right, next online is going to be something just fell over. Next online is Quantum Advantage Pro, Triton PS Plus, and Proteus DX5i. So these models look very similar to the ones that were mentioned above. Let's go back there. Looks very similar, right? Let's go back. All right. So difference between the models that look identical to this is this model, or these 4 models, have the Wi-Fi capability, so you can use your phone to set a timer, schedule, all that fun stuff. So that's the big difference, is the Wi-Fi. You have the option to do floor, wall, and waterline, or just floor only. All the other specs are the same. It's going to be the same motor, same suction rate, and everything like that. Still only fine filters. Really, the pros here are the basket design and the Wi-Fi. Cons, only fine filters, no caddy, and then the warranty wait times with the online sellers. Now we're going to get into the in-store models of that same price point, which is S300, Active 30, T45. This model is going to come with the ultra fine and fine filters. It's going to come with the caddy in the box, 24-month warranty, same motor, but you get a lot more in the box and the better customer service, which is always good. So basket design, ultra fine filters, better dealer knowledge, and the usual free warranty, labor, and troubleshooting if you buy it through someone who does that, and the Wi-Fi. Next up on our wonderful list is the Sigma. Sigma is popular online again. Amazon has it on their website, and some other retailers do too. Same idea with the Premier with the price. The MSRP is $14.49. Online, I see it priced a lot higher than that, so just be careful online. You'll see a ton of reviews for the Premier, the CC Plus, and the Sigma, because those models are the ones that a lot of online stores can sell. They can't sell the in-store exclusives, so you'll see some biased opinions out there. Usually they'll say, oh, this model's overpriced, it's not worth it, go with the Sigma or the Premier, it's better. Just keep in mind that it's not even that they're also doing it, it's they're raising the price really high. Meanwhile, the in-store models are usually priced at the lowest that they can possibly be at. Well, not the lowest that they can possibly be, but they're priced at the MSRP. They're not usually higher. So just be careful of that. And those biased situations. I will admit, I do like this is just personal. I like the fact that you'll have more of a connection with a physical store or someone who actually knows these things, compared to someone who's just going to hand you off to the manufacturer. So I always lean towards these in-store models, but that's just me. So let's go into the Sigma, $14.49. Now this is the first model on the list that is going to have 3 motors. So it's going to have 2 drive motors and 1 pump motor. As you see, if you can see my cursor, it's split down the middle here. So the left and right side of the unit can turn independently, kind of like a tank. So turning is more accurate, especially when you're going to use the Wi-Fi capability and manually control it, kind of like a video game. You're going to have more accurate turning. But it'll also do the pool faster like that if you do set it up to that 1.5 hour cycle. The one drawback of this unit, caddy's not included in the box. It is the cartridge filters, which isn't bad. It's just not as convenient as the basket. It comes with the fine and ultra fine filters, which is nice. But really, you just got to be careful that it's often overpriced. So I wouldn't pay anything more than $14.49 for it. Right now, you're seeing it on Amazon, which all season long, I've been seeing it at this price, $16.97. So keep in mind, that's $250 over the MSRP. So it's not worth it at that price. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. Next, we are at a model that is available in store and online, which is the Explore E50. The E50 drops down back to 2 motors, but it's going to have some more exclusive high-end features that are included in the top tier line of robots that are sold by Dolphin. And that is, it comes with the dual filtration basket, and it also comes with the pickup mode, which is basically you hit a button on your phone and the robot's actually going to come up to the water line so you can grab it. One big thing that happens often is when you take it out of the water, if you're really yanking on that cord over and over again to get it out, that puts strain on the cord and over time wears that down. One simple way to solve that is just not to yank on it as hard and then grab the robot as soon as you can. But one way Maytronics came out with it to fix that issue is the pickup mode. But like I said, it's easily solvable if you just grab it as soon as you can and just be gentle with the cord. But yes, dual filtration basket. The warranty does go down to 24 months. And it does have all those optional cycle times, the 1.5, 2, 2.5. That means usually floor only, floor, wall, and water line at 2 hours, or you can do floor, wall, and water line at 2.5, which is basically just a deeper clean. And that's included in all the models that you see in this video that do have those cycle times there. A downside to this model is it doesn't come with the caddy, which does stink, but at the price of $14.99, and you want those exclusive features that the higher end models do have, it's a nice little unit that you can get those features at a lower cost. Next up is the Nautilus CC Supreme. It is an online model. It is priced the same as the E50, which was the model before it, but it has 3 motors, which is the 2 drive and the 1 pump, and it is cartridge based instead of basket based. So for the features of this unit at $14.99, you do get the 36 months, you do get the fine and ultra fine filters, but there is no caddy. I would say this unit is a good value if it weren't for the M400, which I'm going to skip a couple, or not even skip a couple, which is this model, which is only priced $50 more, and it's going to come with the caddy in box, and it's an in-store exclusive model, so you can get that better customer service. So just be on the lookout for that. Also, this is one of those units that might be overpriced online. So if you see it above $14.99, I wouldn't buy it. At that point, I would look into the M400. So let's get back to the CC Plus. Caddy not included, cartridge design, and it's going to have the higher suction rate that the 3 motor has. But that's pretty much it. I always think to myself, it's a better value if you go with the M400, but that's just me. The caddy usually goes online from anywhere from $150 to $200 separately, so for only $50 more, you get the better customer service and the caddy in box. It's kind of a no-brainer. But let's get to that model now. With the M400, you've got basically a similar design like the CC Supreme, but the M400 is also going to have a 3rd brush. So there's a brush in the front, back, and there's one in the middle. So you do get a better cleaning power on the M400 compared to really any other model on this list, because the M400 is one of the only ones that have the 3rd brush in the middle. Downside to this unit, only 1 cycle time, 2.5 hours. So that is something to consider if you want those quick cleaning options for the 1 hour or 1.5 hour. But if you're not really worried about that, then throw it in, hit the power button, and let it do its thing. Next up, Just taking a drink of water. Next up is the S400 and the Active 40, which are going to be the same design as the E50, which was mentioned a couple versions earlier. This guy, same design, different colors, and that is going to be the key difference is that this comes with the caddy. The E50 does not. All the other stats are the same. So that's pretty much it. At this price, I wish it had a 3-year warranty, but it does not. I would say it would be totally worth it if it had a 3-year warranty, but that's just me. It does have the dual filter insert, which is always good. Let's go to one of the big behemoths, one of the best ones that Dolphin offers, which is the M600 and the Active 60, which let me also break this down, which I forgot to get into earlier. You see a lot of the same model. Oh, what's the difference between the Triton Plus and the Quantum? There is none. Just the color and the name. What Maytronics does is they make the same thing over and over and over again, which is the most bizarre thing, and it confuses so many people, hence this video. But the reason they do that is they don't sell directly to stores, they sell to distributors, and those distributors sell to the stores. So each distributor has their own version. So if a store wants to carry the M600, they have to have an account with this distributor. If they want to have the Active 60, they have to have an account with another distributor. It is very confusing, but just when you're thinking of it, if you see something that looks very similar, come back to this video and the chart that's going to be included in the description and compare and contrast. But a lot of times you just got to find it on the chart. If something is in that same column, it's going to be the same. It's just a color difference. But let's get back to this M600 and Active 60. These models are a newer design compared to a lot of the other ones available out there. I say that because it has the 3 motors, the dual drive motor and the 1 pump motor, the higher suction rate. It's got all the optional accessories except for one, which we'll get into in a second. But it has the dual filter insert, the pickup mode, deep clean cycle options, which are the 1.5, 2, and 2.5, ultra fine and fine filters. The caddy is included in box, and the better dealer customer service. Cons, I can't really think of any cons here. It is the best design that Dolphin has come out with. If you're looking for best of the best, you can go with these 2 models or the one that's after them. It has all the power that is offered by Dolphin, and it has all the convenience that's offered by Dolphin, which is the basket design. So if you're looking for the best of the best, this is worth it. It's got everything in box. You're not losing anything except for the one feature that this guy has, which is the Explorer E70. It launched this year, 2022, and it goes for $100 more than the M600 and Active 60, which go for $1,849 as of now in 2022. It goes for $100 more. Everything is going to be identical, but the E70 has a water temperature sensor, so it'll tell you the temperature of your pool through the app. Now, you might be thinking, why the heck do I need that? I always tell people when they're asking me, if you don't have a digital thermostat and you want one, this is a good opportunity to get that. If you have a digital thermostat on your heater or any other device you use for your pool, then you might just want to go down to the M600 or Active 60. But if you are one of those people who wants the best of the best, the top line, the Cadillac, then this would be your option. Best of the best and the best design. So with that conclusion, that covers every model that's available in the US for residential in-ground, full-sized in-ground pools. I hope this helped you. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you chose. And if this helped you in any way, consider liking and subscribing for more Dolphin content. I plan on releasing stuff about troubleshooting, other comparisons, how to fix them, common problems, not problems, but common issues that they run into in terms of just maintenance, usually impeller clogs and stuff like that. It's all worth subscribing for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. And be on the lookout for this chart in the description. So that will break down everything. Pelican Shops did provide it. And that will cover everything. It has all the cons and pros of each one. So I hope that helps you as well. Their link will be in the description as well as this chart. So I bid you the best of luck with whatever you buy. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will do my best to help you. Have a good one. Have a good season. So long.